What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video we're going to be going over XLM and just figuring out where we are in this correction. I hope everyone's enjoying their Labor Day weekend. I just got off work, so duty calls. So anyways, back at it with another video. If you like today's video, drop a like, hit that sub button, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. Really appreciate it. So just to help out new viewers, I have areas marked out on the chart, just of areas of interest, primarily from the weekly chart, and we can translate that to how the daily is respecting those levels. So in general, right, we're in a three-wave move to the downside. We have come down in 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We've come up in 3. We've come up in 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're coming back down in 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5-3-5 corrections, typical. Okay, so if we have this, right, if we invert this scale, right, we've been holding this weekly 0.5 for a while. We used it as support. Now we lost it, so now we're looking for the 618, the weekly 618. So about that 32-cent level. Let's do a extension right here. Let's see where we could see us going to. And so if you have a 1, 2, right, you have a 1, 2, right? This 3 just went past the 618 a little bit. Actually almost wicked up to the 2, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. And then if you want to get this, where have we come down? So we just passed the 786. That 35-cent level was pretty key. So now we're looking to come down to this 1. Worst case, I did have this 27-cent mark. Worst case scenario, just if we wick below the 1618. So we're definitely still in this correction. We've kind of used the 5 as support, bounced off the 5, and now we broke through the 786 and just gathering. It is a Labor Day, so there's not going to be a lot of volume, but overall we do look like we're still in this correction pattern and we still have lower to go. Okay, typical area of interest for a wherever you for like a C wave, right, is from the 1 to the 1618. So somewhere in here, right, somewhere in here I can see us coming down to. Okay, so we have some levels marked, and I'm just gonna we'll leave this, then we'll invert it back. Okay, we'll invert it back down. Did I draw right here? I did. I can't see sometimes, I'm sorry about that. So overall, we can, there's some areas where we can stop at, and then where we can look to. So I'll leave that up there on the daily. We'll leave this right here on the daily, so you're getting that. Boom, perfect. As far as the Fu Manchu is very deep. The last time we saw a reading down through here was, we can just do this right here. Last time we saw a reading was how deep? Down through here we saw this reading down through here, so below our right around our June takeoff time, right around the April recovery time, all throughout here through areas where we actually bounced. All right, we bounced right here, we bounced up 47%, we bounced up 49%. So this is an area where you typically see some kind of bounce, right? Even down through here, you see little bounces. I know it looks tiny, I'm sorry. Right, you see bounces up through here, so you see a bounce right here, bounce. Not typically through here, actually, not through here. But we did see a bounce here, we saw a bounce here. So we're at an area where we should see a bounce soon. All right, this is a daily, so either we see a flash crash and we slam down here on on Tuesday, or we find support right around this 1, because we can see it through 2 areas, right? Through our extension, okay, or we can do it through this as well, right? Through this as well. So you see how that was a poorly drawn line. I am sorry. Right. So, right, if we take the A wave low to high, right, the 1272 is right here at that 32-cent mark. The 1618 there is some convolence through the 27 to 26 mark, but you have the 1. We've already passed the 1, so it is from the 1 to the 1618. So we're getting close to our low. We're getting close to our low. I don't see us going below 26 cents. And then in general, right, I do right now, the way we're shaping is this area right here, this 32 cent mark looks pretty, it's the weekly 618. It's the 1272 extension of this A wave, right? So we are losing steam. I know it is. I'll leave this on here. We can throw this indicator on here. Some volume. Some people like volume. Got some feedback on some volume, right? So we're losing volume, right? We had a pretty big day on Friday. Usually you don't have volume on the weekends, but so we're just it doesn't look kind of definitely down to the downside. Look at all this volume from August 18th, right? Volume down, just sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure. And typically when you see something like this, right, you see all this sell pressure right here, sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure. Usually you get big price movements, stuff right through here, right? Similar, a lot of sell pressure. Well, there's a lot through here, That's why we're getting just big runs up. Before we even took off in November, look at this, just sell pressure. Look at all the sell pressure, primarily to the downside, right? So in general, right, we have let me star this. Actually, can I star this? I'll just get rid of it. Right, so we are getting to a level where either we see a flash crash or we trickle down. We'll be going over stablecoin dominance. Matter of fact, we'll finish up XLM. So on the daily, this is actually looking really nice. So we're getting really tight. We're getting tight in here. We aren't oversold yet, but we are down close to these levels where we had a bounce. Right, we had a bounce right here at 33. What are we at? We're at 36. We had a bounce at 30, at about 30, right? A bounce at 30. Up through here, we had a bounce at 37, right? 37. So from 37 to 30, we see a bounce, and so that's nice. If we go into the 4-hour chart, I have a little falling wedge on the 4-hour as well, just to give us an idea, right? We've come up, bounced off it. So you touch once, you touch twice. So we have one touch to the upside, we have one touch to the downside, 2 to the upside, 3 to the upside, 2 to the downside, 4 to the upside, 3 to the downside, right? 1. So we have more touch points to the top, right? We have a touch right here, a touch right here. Please draw for me. Touch right here, touch right here. All right, and then to the downside, we have one right here, we have one right here, we have one right here. So in price action, right, the more times you touch a trend line, the weaker it gets. And so this upward sell pressure, right, or this diagonal line of sell pressure is getting weaker. It's getting weaker. It's weaker. It's weaker. It's weaker. It's weaker. Right. Every time it's weaker. And now we're kind of just falling down. I want to check this out on the 2-hour actually. Okay. So let's see what on this 2-hour where we can go from here. So this looks like an A B. Let's see if that is valid or not. This should get to about the 0.5, right? To the 0.5 or to the 618. All right, just below. Okay, so we got. Let me come through here and make sure it's as accurate as possible. Okay, so we closed below the 69197. It's kind of weird. It's kind of an awkward A, right? Awkward A. It's kind of a steep A, but not strong enough where we got to the 786. That's fine. That's fine. So we should see. Yep, a weaker B. When does this close? In 55 minutes. I don't see us getting above the 382. Alright, so this is a pretty weak B wave, so we should probably see a stronger C wave. That's just kind of how it works, right? So from high to low, where can I see us going? Right, 34 cents. Right, sometimes you can wick down to the 2272 sometimes, right, in stronger waves. But 1618, right around this trend line, right, I can see us coming down like this, doing something like this, and just keep bouncing. Right, just keep bouncing. Right, just come down through here, come up like this, come down like that, and then maybe go. We have to get out of here like this, something like this. We definitely have to get above 35 because that's on the weekly. So we can leave that there, something like that, right? The reason why I say so on the weekly, why we have to get above this is because right? The last time we closed below this, right? Closed below. We tried to get above it and we didn't. We just slammed back down, right? Slammed back down. So we have some areas where we need to get above, right? This 42 to 44 cent level is pretty important. And then for us to unlock, higher prices above 64 cents, we need to close above 52 cents. We need to close above 52 cents, especially on the weekly. Okay. Weekly, still we still got lower highs. We got a red on the dot. I did say, remember that, hey, this sometimes when, it's not all the time, but most of the time when you get a red dot, we're looking to go down. I just didn't think it would be this long. We do have one on the 2 weeks, right? It's not great. It's not a great look. What do we get here? 2 week down, red dot, kind of went oscillated down. The difference is, though, so when all this is going on, we have this, right? This is going on, okay? So this is stablecoin dominance, ladies and gentlemen. I remember talking about last week, closed below 616. Closed below 616 and we're bullish. What did we do? We closed at what, 6 on the, sorry, that's the 2-day. Sorry about that. So on the daily, we were right here. We needed to close below the 616. That was on Thursday. We closed at 619, and what did we do? We ran, right? We went up and ran. But now, so I'm even more bullish than ever. I know it's crazy to say. I know it's crazy to think, but the one other time that I saw us doing this, right? I saw us doing this, and it's separate, right? It's separate. So this is, right? This is in August. The last time we ran up, the last time alts really were struggling was right the end of January. End of January, where were we? End of January, right around here, right? You see the different structure, how we were kind of oscillating up and down, and building momentum to go up. Building momentum. Same thing, right? Same concept throughout, just ups and downs. Right here, yes, we are building momentum, but this is a lot steeper, right? This other side, right? We're kind of coming up, coming down, coming up, coming down, right? You got more to the downside, more to the downside. It kind of looks like this, right? You have more to the downside, and it built us up, and now we're getting tight. See that? See how we're getting tight? There's not a lot of action. But I want to show you guys last September, right? September, what did we do? Look what we were doing up through here, right? Look what we did up here, right? Small. I mean, almost nothing. It was pretty much a straight line up. And we had, right, this same little ascending triangle, right? Little ascending wedge forming. Oh, that's not it. That is not it, right? So we had something like this, yeah. Why is it purple? Something like this, yeah, something like this. Right, something like this, get our closes. My mouse hates me. Alright, so we had something like this. We can even say it's like this. Something like this. Okay, so we had, it was something similar, right? We're kind of creeping up, and it went through for a couple of days, right? Sorry about that. About 9 days, right? About 9 days. Same concept right here. Not a lot of room. Just, right, went up, went down, went up, slammed down, okay? But if we're looking at it over here, we had 9 days. Alright, where does that put us in 9 days? September 8th, so next week. And conversely, that's kind of where this upper, right, I drew another one within one. That's kind of where that's actually where it ends, right? It ends on the 8th, right? This is not big enough for a candle. So yeah, so we're on there. The RSI is just losing momentum, right? It's losing momentum, which is good. I would love us to close, right? Because we have a close here at 646. I would like a close around 646 or even higher, actually. I would like a slightly higher close. I wouldn't even mind it, right? Get up to that 6.5 level, whatever, 6.52 with a lower RSI. That would look beautiful. All right, so we're just waiting on this, right? We're waiting on this. Bitcoin dominance is exactly where we want it to be, right? It's exactly where we want it to be. Remember we were saying this, all right? If you've been following the channel, this is what we've been saying, right? Close below, come up, reject. This is the week of rejection. So I think this week, I think we're going to bottom out this week. I think we're going to try to find our low this week, maybe by, you know, the end of the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we find our low or something like that, and we start moving next week. I think we're going to move into interest rate cuts, believe it or not. I know a lot of people are calling for a bloody September, but I think this is just getting a lot of people out of the market. It's market makers have to get people out of the market before large moves. They have to. They don't. It's not all fine like sunshine and roses before large moves. And so we're in exactly where we need to be. Bitcoin dominance is still an area where we need to be, right? We've been calling for this. Hey, come down, reject off this. Hey, go look at my previous videos if you think I'm lying. It's there, right? It's there. All right, we're still below the 41 on the weekly. On the weekly, we're still below that. On the daily, we're coming up to reject again. So we can build, right? We can build a little bit. Where are we on the daily? We closed at 58.78, 58.50. So we're getting bearish divergence on Bitcoin dominance. Do we have any bearish divergence on this yet? No, because this closed higher, I believe 646. Yeah, 643. So it did close higher, but barely, right? It's running out of steam, right? January did not look like this. January's RSI did not look like this. All right, it looked, where are we? January. All right, January's RSI. Okay, you see how we came up? We didn't just shoot up. Right? In this RSI, right now, right, we used a lot of momentum. We came up high. We trickled down, and we kind of are losing momentum as we keep moving up, right? We trickle down, move up, trickle down. This next move is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen. This next move is going to tell us what we're going to be doing for stablecoin dominance. I've been preaching it, right? But so we came up through here. Where's January? We came up through. We came back and back tested our moving average, and then we came up, and these moves were strong, right? We didn't have a fluttering. We didn't have this. Right, we didn't have this. So it just depends on how we close with this, right? It fluttered a little bit, then boom, shot up. All right, it wasn't a weak move by any means. Something like this. This was a pretty strong move, right? It was the end of it to cap us off. So where are we here? So yeah, so this looks good. This looks, I mean, it looks as good as it can for where we are in the market. And so overall, we're just keeping an eye on this. We're right below the 200. That'd be really nice if we could close below the 200 and stay below the 200. The 200 is at 645. So we can close below 645, reject off the 200, and then slam back down. And now we can get an even stronger move. Think about this. Now we can get a stronger move because now this can come back down this way. All right, this 20 can come back down and cross back under the 50 again. Okay, so that's what we'll be keeping an eye on. That's what I got covered for this video. If you like today's video, hit that like button, subscribe. You know, I gave you targets to the downside for XLM, right? So again, not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, but I do think we have some more downside to go. Right, on the 4 hour, what is this? On the 4 hour, right, that could get us out of this little channel, and then we can start building. So we'll come back. We'll come look at this. We have the levels on the daily. I'm just going to leave this on here. Right, I'm going to leave this on here. Right now, I mean, next target level would be this 33 cent level, 33.7, 33, whatever. The bottom of this trend line. If we break this trend line, then we're definitely targeting this 618, 200 area. So this 33, lower 33s, 32.3. So, have a plan, know what to do. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you stopping by. You have a great rest of your day. Peace.